In this video, I'm going to talk to you about gratitude and how it can change your life. Hey guys, it's Abby and welcome back to another video. So today is about gratitude. What is gratitude and how in the world can it change your life? Well, I was really curious about this and I've always heard about gratitude, how to be grateful, stay grateful. Those who get more are grateful for what they have. What did it mean? Or I looked up the etymology of this word and actually took it all the way back to Latin, which is one of my favorite things to do. Nerd alert. But it came from gratis, and when I was looking up the synonyms of what that means, yes, thankful was one of them. But two words that I found really helpful for me, and I hope that they help you too. One was one was heartwarming. My brain loves to change things around. So heartwarming, think about that. Think about things that warm your heart, right? You're grateful for those things. Heartwarming is a way for you to understand what you are grateful for. So the other one that I thought was really interesting is thankworthy. I've never actually even heard that word, but it's quite obvious what it means, something that is worthy of your thanks, thankworthy. So things that warm your heart and they're worthy of thanks, that can help with your gratitude practice. Now that we understand what it is, something that warms your heart, a situation, maybe a relationship you have with a family member or a friend or a significant other, you're grateful for that. It warms your heart. It's worthy of thanks. So how in the world is that going to change your life by bringing more of those experiences into your life and focusing more on where you can have more gratitude, where you can find more heartwarming experiences? So I want to talk a little bit about three things that I believe gratitude and practicing and looking for it more will help you. So for one, in a heart coherence idea. So for those of you who have not heard about it, HeartMath is an amazing institution. They have been doing science-based research for over 25 years about the relationship between the heart and the brain and how much more powerful your heart is than your brain. And since I believe the late 1800s, they've known that actually your heart sends your brain much more information via the nervous system than your brain does your heart, which I found that fascinating, specifically that information has been around for so long. So yeah, your heart, I believe it is exponentially, I'll put the numbers in the video so you know, but it is so many more times more powerful than your brain magnetically and electrically. So why are we not talking more about the heart? HeartMath talks about heart coherence. So how well is your brain and your heart communicating? We've got this powerful center and potential, but usually all we focus on is our brain. So basically what happens when we get in a stressful situation, when we're moving away from gratitude, when we're not really understanding the things that are warming our heart or that are worthy of thanks in that moment, and we're looking at all these things that are bad, we start getting a lot of stress chemicals, cortisol being the biggest one that's going to affect us the most. And basically what happens is, rather than this very smooth symbiotic relationship between our heart and our brain where they're communicating and actually building on their efficiency, when you get that stress, it's like a curveball and it gets everything out of whack and more and more and more, and you actually start you get lower and lower ability to think clearly, you make worse decisions, and you're not able to actually see what's in front of you because you're so fogged over mentally with this stress, and you're not able to actually use your heart. So not only are you having these flooding emotions and chemicals really throughout your body, but you're actually not able to utilize the thing that's going to help it, which is your heart. So when you're practicing gratitude and you're really looking around to say, okay, what is it that I'm grateful for? What is it that's warming my heart? What is it that's thankworthy? You're actually able to center in on your heart itself, and you're going to help keep that coherence a lot more. And again, the reasons you want that, for one, you'll be able to think a lot more efficiently and effectively, and you'll be sending out. So your thoughts send out an electrical impulse and your heart actually sends out a magnetic. So your thoughts send it out and your heart actually brings it back. So just think about how important that is. You know, we think about manifestation. If you're brain is molding this request to the universe, and very intricate request the more and more you think about it, and your heart's bringing it back. Think about what happens when you get stressed out. You got this thing that happened, and like, oh my God, I'm late. Great, now I'm gonna miss my meeting, and if I miss my meeting, my boss is gonna be so mad at me, and you start making all these meetings, and you start creating this world that hasn't actually happened. Well, it might as well have happened because your body's responding it that way. So your head is creating this request to perpetuate those things happening, and because your heart is more out of alignment now, it's closed off, it's not grateful, it's going to attract those things. So that's the first thing when you think about gratitude, and how shifting to focusing for your own sake, what are you grateful for, what warms your heart, even if it's not happening here. With the heart math, they actually have, and I use it as often as I can as a ritual in the morning. It's a monitor. You just click it, you attach it to your earlobe, and it monitors your heart coherence. And I'll watch myself, and I'll literally practice, and it's a very interesting experience, and I'll do a video in the future of what that looks like. But as I'm really literally feeling my heart swell when I'm thinking about people, situations that I'm grateful for, it goes off the charts. It just completely goes up. And sometimes it's like, for those of you who have portrait mode on iPhone, that's what it's like. I zoom out and fuzz out of thoughts, and the focus part is the feeling. And when I do that, my heart coherence goes much higher. Now, then a thought will go in my head, and I start focusing on it, and I feel that thought, and it will literally dive bomb into a stressful state. So just imagine how much more you can get out of your day, and how much more pleasant your day can be when you're focusing on gratitude. The second thing, when you're looking for things to be grateful for, in fact, I've actually written it on my hand because I want to continually be aware of what I'm grateful for throughout the day. That's been one of my new practices, because there's constantly things there. When you think about your RAS, your reticular activating system, that is a filtration system that you've deemed important. So you're going to filter out what you don't care about, and only the things that you care about are going to be in your awareness. So for instance, you have a flat tire, right? And it's like, oh my gosh, well, great. Now the world is against me. This is not my day. I'm going to have a bad day now, right? I woke up on the wrong side of bed. Oh man, it's just one of those days. When you have that sort of mentality, your RAS is going to seek out other things that are going to perpetuate that belief, because it's looking to uphold that belief that you have. It's like, oh, you need something else? Okay. Oh, look, here, I'm going to hold you up at a red light. Oh, look, someone's going to take a long time in the checkout, even though you're really in a rush. All those things you will literally be drawn to, because your subconscious thinks, well, it doesn't actually think, it is literally abiding by your request. You're requesting, even though you're like, I don't want this to happen, all your subconscious hears is this happening, and it's like, I got you, man. I'm gonna do this for you, to request, to fulfill the request you're giving, even though you're like, no, I don't want that. Remember, the subconscious doesn't know good and bad. Use those quotes, even though there are only half of them. So when you're looking for things in the world to be grateful for, when you're looking into the world for things that warm your heart and things that are worthy of thanks, guess what happens to your RAS? Your RAS starts looking for the good, happy, loving, heartwarming situations that are all around you right now, that you haven't programmed to be like, oh yeah, what am I grateful for? And even if it's just one experience in your past, even if it's just one relationship, there's no just about that. Once you feel those feelings, you can show yourself that's where you want to go, and that's your role model, basically. That's your infrastructure to get there, to get away from all those experiences that you don't want to experience anymore, and go towards the ones that fill you with, you're grateful, right? You know what gratitude feels like because there's something that's happened in your life. So use that as a way to the future to get more of those experiences. And the third thing about why it's important and how gratitude can change your life is because it'll make you feel better. Literally, if you're looking out in the world and you're remembering things that really warmed your heart and made you, that were worthy of thanks, guess what? When you think a thought, your body releases a chemical. You think between 60 to 80,000 thoughts a day. Think about all those chemicals. If you're thinking, oh man, I had such a wonderful experience with my family that one time. That was so nice. That really warms my heart. Guess what your body's going to produce? It's going to produce a chemical that's going to reflect that thought so you can feel it throughout your body. So just that alone would be worthy of you doing this on a daily basis to change your life, because then you're just going to feel good. When you feel good, you're in a better mood. You can go right back to the RAS. You're going to start looking for things that are going to perpetuate that belief that things are good. It's going to find nice people. It's going to find... Since I've been doing this, there have been very unusual things happen. And they could be seen as, oh, that's just a coincidence. Things like, oh, there's literally, I went to the grocery store the other day. And again, I've had this written on my hand probably for a week, thinking about tattooing it. Who knows where the wind may blow. But I went to the grocery store and I was in a rush and I thought, oh, okay. There was big, huge lines. It was abnormal that there'd be that big of a line at that time of the day. And I thought, oh, stayed calm. What do I know? I'm walking past and I look and the employee waves at me and he's open and he just opened the aisle. And I just walked in and it probably took me 60 seconds to check out. Where other people had already been waiting minutes, but because of where I was walking and the exact time, that came to my door. The same kind of thing happens for parking spots, all sorts of situations that you'd say, oh, that was just a coincidence. But when they all align and I can see them and I think, oh, I'm grateful for this. And I start attaching that meaning to it. That's when it becomes powerful. That's when I continue to perpetuate those experiences in my own reality. You can also give the meaning of, that's just because I didn't have anything to do with that. That never happens to me. There's already that resistance of like, oh, that's a very rare occasion. I don't want that. But if you just open yourself up to it, what if this is how it goes? What if I just practice gratitude throughout the day and let those chemicals just flow through my body and I feel a lot better and those stress hormones are lowered and my heart feels better and I'm able to think more. And actually, even on a scientific level, when you think about what stress does to your body, you're healthier, right? You don't have that anxiety and that angst throughout the day. So these three things can tremendously influence, change, and impact your life. They can change your ability, the way you think and how much easier you can be just by simply breathing from the heart. And that's one thing that as you're practicing gratitude and you're thinking about these things, rather than breathing through your nose or mouth, imagine, even though you'll still be breathing that physically, imagine that you're breathing through right here, the center of your chest. The center of your chest, that's where the oxygen is going in and out. Really slow down your breath. That's one way to help get heart coherence, one way to instantly go into gratitude. On a manifestation level, it's said that gratitude is the greatest receiving state that there is. And whatever you focus on, you get more of. So if you're in a perpetual state of gratitude, guess what you're going to get? More things to be grateful for. I'm grateful that you're watching this video. I'm grateful that this information, people have told me that it's already helped. Doing that helps me make more videos, not thinking about maybe what I wish would happen or what I don't have, but what's already happening. And that energy and that feeling is going to ripple through and continue on bringing more things that I'm grateful for. So again, I'm so grateful for you watching this, and I really hope that this information has helped you and that you're able to use these steps to remember how impactful gratitude can be, and you can find more heartwarming things in your life and things that are worthy of thanks. You got to be the investigator. It's not just going to knock down your door and suddenly, oh my gosh, someone's going to show me what I'm grateful for. You have to start giving the meaning in your life that you can have great gratitude for that, and that warms your heart, and you're really thankful, and that deserves your thanks, because life is precious and every day is a gift. So that alone is something to be grateful for. Again, I'm grateful for you and for watching, and I really hope you liked this video. If you did, please click like. If you haven't already, please click subscribe, hit the bell notification, which lets you know exactly when I release my next video, which is every single day, and I'll see you on the next one.